No.
No
I'm
Trump
standing because I
impressions.
can't see him.
We'll die.
Lou, when you were 40 years old, what was the biggest struggle that you had to wrestle with to overcome in your public life and ministry?
Well, I didn't have a public ministry until I was about 47. So
When you turned 50,
say the question again.
when you turned 50, 38, can I get 42 here? No. When you turn 40, let me just, we'll get out of the public ministry. When you turn 40, what was your greatest struggle that you wrestled with your relationship with Jesus?
I think it's a great question. It's a very personal question. I think that the greatest, there's two greatest. I don't know if I'll talk about the second, but I'll talk about the first. I think the challenge was to know that I had an anointing from God. And yet I was not released fully to manifest that. And people would come to me and talk to me about, you should be preaching more. You should do this, do this. And I had this inward wrestling. I want to thank God for my pastor, Cheon, who had the wisdom to bring me up with wisdom and not just put me out there until I would blow up. And Che believed in me. But I knew I carried some kind of anointing, but to stay under the yoke was a great challenge. You know, in the latter rain, there's a guy that had a vision. I think this is really critical, and I appreciate what Bill said today, because Bill's is a balance, and that is this: we want to loose people into their anointings. You know, what you said today was profound, and yet there's also the wisdom of what do you call it? The harness of the Lord. And during the latter rain, there was a vision given to a man named Bill Bright, and not Bill Bright, Bill Britton. And in this vision, there were two horses running free in the green pastures, and they were caught and brought into a corral. And there they were being harnessed and trained. And one horse said to the other horse, "I'm out of here, forget it. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go to the green pastures." And leaped over the fence and ran to the green pastures, came back sometime later, and the horse, his friend Horace, was harnessed. And he said, "Why don't you come and join me with the green pastures? Man, the rivers are flowing. It's freedom." And the horse just remained harnessed. And then a famine hit the land. And sometime later, the horse came back skinny and famished. And he saw his friends sleek and strong, carrying the king's carriage. And he realized that he had not received the harness of the Lord. I think that's really critical. The days of revival coming that young men, young women, even older guys need, there's a place for the harness. I didn't get released until I was 47 years old. And I think sometimes we're so eager to rush into a stage. Let God give you the stage before you take it. And then I've just had a battle in my life, a lifelong battle. And the challenge to remain above the accuser of the brethren has been so powerful and so strong. And I thank Benny for sharing this, because I feel I mean, I feel that the more I go on in the grace of God and the anointing, I feel the battle raging more in my life. Pray for your leaders. Don't accuse them. Pray for me.